All right, welcome back everybody. What we're going to do now is actually walk through the board for our Arduino project number 3. And this one, the book has titled Love-O-Meter. I'm assuming that the hotter the room is, the more lights come on, the colder it is, less lights. Regardless, what this project really is showing is the usage of the temperature sensor. And here you'll notice that we have direct input. Again, we're looking at this inner track. We have direct 5-volt input into the top. Let me just see if I can bend this out a little bit for some of the. That shows a little better. So we have the 5-volt input directly into this top leg, and you'll notice the flat portion of the temperature sensor facing towards the board. And then we have our actual data feed from the middle pin going into this yellow wire. And you'll notice that the yellow wire comes into our A0 analog input pin. And this is what we have. This corresponds to what we have in our code. Finally, you'll notice that this lower pin goes directly into our ground, this outer track, to go ahead and again complete our circuit. So we have the 5-volt coming out of the board, 5-volt coming into this inner track, 5-volt coming into this top leg of the temperature sensor, and we have the bottom leg of the temperature sensor going to our ground, this outer track, coming back into our Arduino board, going to ground to complete the circuit. What we're looking for here is the data input on this middle leg coming directly into this yellow wire and coming over into our analog, in this case our analog 0 input pin of our Arduino board. From here, we hit the code that we just wrote, right? Now in the code, for room temperature, we had the temperature set to 20, which roughly is 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Again, kind of room temperature. I think room temperature is defined as 70 degrees Fahrenheit, but regardless, I had to change that value from 20 to 10 to get some lights to light up because I'm on a little bit of a cooler area. So just need to lower the temperature a little bit, but you see the lights coming on. Now, what's happening here is once we get this voltage input, we do the conversion from our voltage into our temperature. And based off our temperature, we are either writing out to pin 2, pin 3, or pin 4, right? And we're just setting that high to low. And if we are just above our initial temperature, we light up only this first one. If we're a little bit more above, and if you recall from our code, when we're looking at those values, right, if we're only 2 degrees above our temperature, we're not going to light up any of them. That's when they were all low. But if we're 2 to 4, we light up 2 to 4 degrees above the 20, in my case, up 10. We light up this first one. And if we're above 4 to 6, we light up this second one. And if we're above 6 degrees, then we would light up this third one. So like I said, I just had to adjust from the 20 to 10. The only reason I did that is just so I could demo the capabilities of the board. That's the only difference. But you'll notice we get the temperature value, or we get the voltage value, or we really get the sensor's digital value. We convert that to a voltage, and then we convert that to a temperature. And then based off the temperature, we either set 2 to high, which in my case I have set to high, or we set pin 3 to high, which in my case I also have pin 3 set to high. Or if we have above 6 degrees, we would also set pin 4 to high, which I do not have set, just simply because of the temperature in the room. And that's where you see these gray lines coming into the positive of each one of the LEDs. And going out, just again to complete the circuit, once the voltage comes through, it's going to come out, it's going to hit our ground, this outer track. And again, we're using the resistors here to protect our circuit some. That's all that it is. So again, we pull in the power to the sensor temperature, and this is continuous power, meaning it can continuously read the temperature in the room. And it's going to just go ahead and complete the circuit out to ground. And here in this middle pin, the temperature sensor is going to provide the values that it has digitally. We're going to convert that to a voltage, and then we're going to convert that voltage to a temperature. And based off that temperature, we're either going to set pin 2, 3, 4. We're going to set them high according to the temperature above whatever base temperature you put. Right in the booklet, it shows 20 degrees Celsius. I set mine to 10. Like I said, I'm a little bit colder environment today. You can set yours to 5. You can set it to 30. Whatever it is, and you'll get variations off these pins. So that's the walkthrough of the board. Hope this kind of clarified exactly what we were doing with the code. I know there were a lot of conditionals in the code this time, but hopefully now that you see the board in action, you kind of get a better gist of how the code is relating to the boards at this point. So with that said, that completes our walkthrough of Project 3, and we will see you in the next videos for Project 4. Take care, everybody.